Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera, saya Chef Zanjari dan ini agenda AWANI. Kita berakamkan satu episod ini. Episod ini sempena dengan AI ASEAN AI Malaysia Summit yang berlangsung di Kuala Lumpur. Dan bersebelahan dengan saya ini adalah salah seorang kata startup yang terlibat dalam industri AI di Malaysia ini dan yang mana memberi fokus kepada sektor pendidikan. Dan kita bersama dengan saudara Khairul Anwar. Okey, kita cakap pasal AI dan pendidikan ini, saya rasa ini adalah satu bahagian yang mencabar. Kerana bukan saja AI ini baru, tapi apabila melibatkan dua generasi yang berbeza, iaitu generasi pelajar dan generasi yang belajar. So bagi saya dalam konteks ini ada satu pertemuan yang hebat dan saya rasa yang inilah yang mungkin kita boleh bincangkan dalam 8 minit blok pertama ini. Dan bagaimana kita nak cari penyelesaian atau cara terbaik untuk kita mengharmonikan kedua-dua ini. Okey, kita tahu bahawa AI dah sangat membantu dalam arti kata kita sebagai pelajar untuk melakukan proses pembelajaran. AI memudahkan proses pembelajaran itu dan sebagainya. Kita boleh nak terus belajar daripada AI pun boleh. Tetapi dalam konteks yang lain, dengan sistem ataupun cara kita belajar, dengan adanya sistem pendidikan, dengan ada sistem penggradean dan sebagainya, mungkin ada cabaran tertentu dari sudut guru, ibu bapa untuk cari titik tengah supaya kita sama-sama dapat mencari satu simfoni yang harmoni dalam AI dan pendidikan ni. Kat mana kita nak cari?
Alright. So, loaded question ni. Alright. Yes, betul ada cabaran lah dalam AI ni sebab dia agak baru. Satu, cabaran from the student side. Tapi kalau ibu bapa dengan cikgu pun ada cabaran tersendiri dia. Yang utama sebenarnya adalah apabila cabaran tu berlaku apabila ibu bapa dan juga guru-guru ni, pendidik ni kurang faham bagaimana AI dapat membantu pelajar dan dapat membantu mereka. So masalahnya adalah di peringkat pelajar pun ada spektrum. Satu yang mungkin mahir guna teknologi advance, satu spektrum lagi yang tak biasa browse internet pun kan. Tapi ada pelajar-pelajar yang lebih advance pada pendidik pun kan. Mereka ada boleh search sana sini, pandai guna Gen AI dan sebagainya berbanding pendidik sendiri. So teacher readiness ni memang satu challenge yang besar. Di peringkat Kementerian Pendidikan pun lately ni banyak cakap tentang teacher readiness. Ada rombakan yang berlaku untuk train specifically on AI dan ada digital services kepada pre-service teacher, cikgu yang belum masuk jadi cikgu lagi, dan juga in-service teacher, cikgu yang dah jadi cikgu. So cabarannya adalah satu, menggunakan teknologi AI yang mana satu. Itu yang pertama. Yang keduanya, bagaimana nak assess pelajar ni. Memang kita boleh guna AI untuk buat macam assignment cepat-cepat, nak buat nota, nak buat flashcard apa semua. Tapi when it comes to assignment, pelajar-pelajar ni dia terlebih kreatif. Kami di Pandai ni selalu hari-hari pergi ke sekolah buat program sana sini. Bila kita interaksi dengan pelajar-pelajar ni, use case dia paling utama, dia guna Gen AI untuk benda-benda simple, tetapi mereka guna untuk menipu dalam assignment. Jadi patut buat essay sendiri, dia buat dengan tu. Patut buat exam sendiri, dia buat tu dengan AI. So antara cabaran ini ditangani adalah ada pendidik-pendidik yang jadi lebih kreatif lah, dan benda ni makin meluas. So caranya, satu, kita memang susah nak halang cara penggunaan AI, tapi pendidik lebih kreatif sekarang. Contoh, exam tak dibuat dalam komputer semata-mata. Walaupun di sekolah tu ada iPad, ada komputer, tapi buat di atas kertas, mengelakkan benda AI. Yang kedua, contoh lain,
back to basic.
Yang kedua, essay bila disubmit dengan editing history. So cikgu boleh tengok dia type ke tak, pukul berapa, apa semua. Bukan saja dengan submit satu dokumen PDF.
So maksudnya kalau kita nampak dalam editing history tu copy and paste.
Betul, daripada tak ada tiba-tiba satu saat lepas tu ada semua.
Alright.
And then another way is that yang lebih penting ialah dia ambil pelajar tu bagi assignment dan force student tu untuk reflect dari diri sendiri, kemudian boleh present dalam kelas. Yes, student tu diberi masa untuk prepare dulu, gunalah apa-apa tool Gen AI ke apa nak prepare, nak tulis, tapi kena ada kebolehan untuk present dalam bentuk conversation, dalam bentuk debate, defend dia punya idea dan topik, nak test pemahaman dia. So apa yang kita nampak pendidik dah mula buat untuk menangani penggunaan AI yang berleluasa among pelajar.
Maksudnya cara kita belajar maupun di sekolah pun harus berubah dah.
Ya, betul.
Kalau mungkin sekarang ini kelas, assignment, peperiksaan, kemudian dinilai sepanjang persekolahan dan kemudian ada exam SPM, lepas tu STPM sebagainya. Itu juga harus kita tengok macam mana nak reform dia.
Betul. Itulah daripada peringkat Kementerian Pendidikan pun mereka dah galakkan pendidik bukan saja bagi one way communication, lepas tu access student berdasarkan output saja. Dia juga adalah berdasarkan proses tu juga, macam mana pelajar berinteraksi, macam mana berkenaan dengan sasiah, dengan adab mereka, value-value yang mereka ada. Kemudian bila cara mereka mengajar pun, Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia dah cakap pendidik-pendidik role mereka makin berubah menjadi facilitator. Bukan saja jadi pusat yang tahu semua benda yang one way communication, sedangkan pelajar dengan dengan cara AI boleh buat lagi cepat kan. So empower pelajar untuk belajar dengan pelbagai cara kalau mereka advance, tetapi pendidik ni lebih pada facilitator untuk memudah cara, untuk control, untuk guide dan sebagainya.
Okay. Dan mungkin soalan terakhir untuk blog ni secara ringkas ya. Apa langkah pertama yang harus ibu bapa dan guru ambil?
Okey. Alright. Ibu bapa dan guru ada yang concern, yang tak nak langsung pelajar ni terdedah AI. Kata AI ni bahaya, AI ni menyesatkan, bias, misinformation, nanti tak berfikir sendiri apa semua. So bagi saya, kalau kita refuse nak ajar tentang AI, mendedahkan AI, itu macam refuse nak ajar tentang calculator pada mid 20th century dulu. Memang foolish, memang short sighted. So memang kita tak boleh elak ada dengan AI. Dalam dunia sebenar, AI akan merata sekeliling kita. Dia akan jadi macam elektrik yang ada mana-mana. Sekarang ni kita AI summit, akan datang kita tak pernah dengar apa elektrik summit sama sekarang, sebab dia ada keliling kita. So apa yang ibu bapa dan cikgu-cikgu boleh buat ialah mendedahkan pelajar dalam situasi yang terkawal, memberi akses pada device dan data, tetapi memantau bagaimana ia digunakan. Sekarang ni ada banyak AI tool dengan parent punya kontrol yang boleh memantau pelajar-pelajar ni. So itu cara terbaik, walaupun pelajar, ibu bapa ataupun pendidik tersebut tak tahu sangat, tapi itu cara terbaik.
Okey, dan adakah ada langkah yang jangka masa pendek untuk bantu pendidik? Ni bukan pendidik di guru-guru di sekolah sahaja, tapi lecturers di universiti dan sebagainya. Langkah mudah untuk mereka mudah untuk mengubah cara, terutama sekali penggradan. Kerana benda-benda ini yang sangat dikhawatiri sekarang.
Okey.
Oleh mereka.
Okey. So sekarang ni alhamdulillah, walaupun banyak tool dikeluarkan untuk bantu pelajar untuk macam buat kerja lagi cepat lah, apa semualah, in a way shortcut kan. As a pendidik, kita kena ajar pelajar bukan gunakan sebagai shortcut, tapi guna sebagai tool. So sebagai pendidik pun sebenarnya ada banyak tool yang dikeluarkan juga pada masa yang sama yang bantu cikgu. Macam kami daripada pandai, kita bukan sahaja pandai untuk pelajar, kita ada pandai teacher juga untuk bantu guru dari segi AI dan sebagainya. So sebagai seorang pendidik, kita pun kena jadi resourceful untuk explore tool-tool yang ada, yang dikeluarkan hampir setiap bulan ada tool-tool baru yang bantu cikgu. Even nak detect whether or not assignment tu digunakan di AI ke tidak, whether or not student follow the right rubric ke tidak dan sebagainya. So ada banyak tool di sana. Of course pandai teacher salah satunya untuk bantu cikgu-cikgu sekolah, tapi pendidik apa lapisan masyarakat pun di peringkat mana-mana pun ada banyak tool sana di luar sana yang boleh membantu guru-guru, pendidik untuk mengajar dengan lebih efisien, dengan syarat berani untuk explore, untuk try benda baru.
Okey. Baik, terima kasih banyak Saudara Khairul Anwar, CEO Pandai, salah satu startup di Malaysia ini yang mengaplikasikan AI di dalam ekosistem produk. Sudah 5 tahun di pasaran.
1 juta pelajar menggunakannya.
Okey, kita akan berhenti rehat untuk kali pertama. Kali kedua ni, apabila kita balik nanti, kita akan bersama dengan tetamu yang lain untuk bercakap mengenai hal lain. Tapi masih lagi AI. Jangan ke mana. Well, welcome back to Agenda AWANI. We're still at the sideline of the ASEAN AI Malaysia Summit, and then here with me is the COO of Talent Corp, Mr. Siva Kumaran Narayan. Thank you for spending time with us today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm very glad that I get to see you today because there's a lot of conversation about talent and our AI readiness as well as AI literacy. I think this is a gap that we really need to focus on. Do you agree with me, sir?
Yeah, very aptly put. I think where we are looking at is about AI adoption. I think when we talk about AI adoption, we need to also make sure adoption comes across from the society point of view as well,
Right.
from Malaysia. So first we need to look at narrowing the digital divide. And I think within the ministry, Kementerian Digital is definitely looking into it, but we need to move that fast. When we talk about AI, if you talk to someone in Terengganu or in Kedah or in Perlis, who is average age about 60 or 70, are they using AI for their own daily activities? Because AI will help you to make decisions, improve productivity. It also helps you to give information related to what you want to know, and it's at a faster pace. And of course, then you can use it for decision making. The challenge we have is, first of all, infrastructure. Do we have enough 5Gs rolled out to all these areas to ensure people can have faster access? Do we have infrastructure tools for the individuals for them to access AI? And do we have given them necessary knowledge about how to use AI?
Right.
So these are things I think we need to actually address. If we don't address it, then it will become a lagger, and it will not allow productivity.
Right.
It will not allow things to move at a faster pace change. And let's take it down to a contextual point of view, right? While we talk about society, we also need to look at the school space. So from a school space environment, talking about from primary school, kindergarten school, today the kids probably, those who have access to laptops or internet, they are ahead of the curve because they are using AI for their daily school activities already. Whether they come back home for their school homework or whatever, today kids, they know how to use the tool and they get information and they are able to respond to whatever assignment that's assigned. But what about those who have no access? Who have no access to particular school in laptops, or even the infrastructure is not there? Where do they go? How do they get knowledge? This is important. We need to ensure those particular areas are addressed now. And why Telencorp is, as an agency, is also concerned over this is because they will become the future workforce.
Right.
And if you don't address them there, you will not be able to have that future workforce readiness who are AI literate in terms of working in the workforce space environment.
So it's the issue now here is infrastructure and whether we have emphasized or rather give enough focus and funding and effort to ensure the infrastructure are equally good.
Yeah. And AI literacy, AI is not like an innovation technology that is only applicable for a select few.
Yeah.
AI is for everyone. And the idea is for everyone to use it, we must have the right access for the information. It's just like everyone has the right to access their mobile phone today and they have access to internet. We should be able to also give that access to AI. So AI is actually a tool, but the most important thing is the usage of that tool. So in AI world, we have this term called the prompting engineers or prompt engineers, because they know how to ask specific questions to unearth the right and accurate information from these AI tools. And if you do not know how to ask the right question, you will get hallucination answers as well from AI. You know, AI tends to do that. So it's very important that we need to educate people at various levels of how to use proper prompting to help you become more productive in whatever space you are.
I understand your main concern is more of the future of our talents, current students, for instance. But how about the current workforce in Malaysia across all age groups and across all background? What are the impediments that maybe hinders AI readiness among us?
I think first we must do a baseline stock take. So AI within the sectors, let's break it down by sectors. So as an industry, we have actually initiated a study, and we call it the My Mahe AI Impact Study. And it covers AI, it covers digital, it covers green economy. And we looked at impact of jobs and job roles in these sectors that we have initiated in. Today we have covered 10 sectors, and for phase 2, right now we got another 17, total will be 17 sectors. That means another 7 more where we are working on. Now the important part of this is, we have then gone in to look at over 949 jobs, roles. And actually ask this particular job roles, how is AI impacting it? And we have that information today. And it's good because you can access our platform called mymahe.my or go down to Talent Corp and it will provide you the link to mymahe, and people can go in and put in their job role and immediately it will tell you how impacted you are and what are the new skills that you need to acquire to stay relevant in that particular workspace. And if it's really highly impacted job roles and you wish to get out of that particular sector and move to another sector, what are the new skill sets that you need to acquire and how do you pivot? So all these informations are readily available in that particular platform. But it's not enough just to have the information on the platform. What is more required is how do we make sure that information always stays current and relevant? So we've taken an initiative called the MyMahe Future Skills Talent Council. And the Future Skills Talent Council consists of industry leaders and supported by government agency, and they convene to address only one subject, which is talent. And they meet every quarter by sector to look into the talent demand versus the supply. And this helps in two ways. One, we know what are the job requirements are coming. We know which organization and number of requirements are there, and this can be redirected to university students to ensure they get into that particular job roles more effectively. That's one. Second is we're also looking into finishing those particular individuals with AI capabilities. Probably prompt engineering is a fundamental now that you must have in your education system to ensure every student coming in, entering the workforce, they are fully productive.
Right.
So these are the interventions that we are working on at the moment.
I'm very happy and glad to know that Talent Corp has taken through on how we are navigating this transition. Now, I think the challenge falls into each individual and how we want to capture this moment to upskill and reskill ourselves.
Yes.
And there's a lot of opportunities to do that.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, there are. So for a start, I think for them to understand what they need to upskill and reskill, they need to know where they are and where they want to go to. So
and the assessment provided by
yeah,
Talent
so
Corp.
our platform MyMahe actually has that assessment, and you can actually assess that. What we have done even further is we've also gone on to have another assessment in that particular platform for organization to look at their readiness.
Right.
So how ready are you in AI adoption? So they can actually do the assessment and they can find out where they are and what needs to be done
to stay competitive.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Siva, for having this conversation with us. Thank you for sharing this insight, and hopefully we could meet up again soon and elaborate this further.
Yes.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Nice to have you.
We're going to take the short break, and when we come back, we will talk about AI, but from a policy standpoint. Don't go away. Hi, this is Shafizan Johari. You're still with me in Agenda AWANI in conjunction of the ASEAN AI Summit, ASEAN AI Malaysia Summit. And today here with me now is Richard Sterling. He's the CEO of Oxford Insights. Well, you've been sharing your insights here in this event about governance and the role of government in governing AI, for instance. And the challenge now we have when it comes to AI industry, as mentioned it earlier, is that AI as technology grows too rapid. Right? What we thought was imagination now is reality. And you also mentioned about guardrails. Now, what are the role of government in establishing certain guardrails so that we could create a more safe AI environment for all?
So government has a role to preserve society and put in place the rules and the expectations to make sure that things coming into the society are respected. So with AI, as you say, like it's changing everything incredibly rapidly.
Right.
And government needs to take action to make sure that when AI is coming in, that we get the benefits, we get the productivity improvements, the better quality of service, but we minimize some of those downsides. So we look at how people can find new jobs if there's a job displacement. And we also make sure that the AI systems perform well and provide the right answers for people.
I mean, I still remember in the early 90s when we were establishing the World Wide Web, maybe 30 years ago, 35 years ago, there was a clear voice, or rather pressure towards government not to interfere. But in this case, it's a bit different.
Yeah. Honestly, I think we're learning the lesson from that 30 years ago. Like, I was one of those voices 30 years ago saying,
Do not come.
Exactly. Like, it's fine. It's this utopia.
Self-regulation, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And I think looking at the web today, you can see where that's got us, right? Like, naive people like me when I was much younger thought that the web was a utopia. It isn't a utopia.
Right.
What we're seeing is a technology rise in actually faster than the web did. And we should take the opportunity to make sure that we shape it as we go. Now, this is hard for governments because governments like regulating things that have been established for like 5, 10, 15 years.
Right.
Governments move really slowly and really thoroughly.
Yes, that's the issue. You know, I don't want to say governments are slow, but you just said it. Again, how are we going to make it flexible, or rather, how we're going to ensure government acts proactively ahead of time?
Yeah.
I think that's a challenging part.
Well, this is as someone who's a bit of a governance nerd like me, this is the exciting thing. How do you do that challenge of like regulate well on a fast-moving industry when government likes to be very thorough?
Right.
And there are a few techniques that can work. A couple that I mentioned in my talk. One is in Estonia, where they have a practice of like almost government being the pioneers.
Yeah.
So they actively push government ministries to be the first to adopt technology.
All right.
Because what that means is it means that government make the mistakes first.
All right.
But it also means that the capability in-house shoots up.
All right.
Because civil servants have first-hand experience.
Right.
Another approach, which is the approach in Singapore, where they have sandboxes and test beds.
Right.
So you create like a ring-fenced environment where you are able to see the innovation coming through. As a regulator, you're able to look at it and understand how it works, and then do smart regulation in a timely fashion. Because everybody knows that it's like this innovation space.
So that's what I wanted to ask you next, the sandboxing and sandbox regulation. Where are we now when it comes to sandbox regulation, particularly in Malaysia and ASEAN, and how we're going to ensure that the regulation established within the sandbox space is not to limit, but rather to support the growth.
So sandboxing is something that works really well in ASEAN, and you asked about Malaysia. Like Malaysia has done this in fintech,
right?
And you can see some of the fintech successes that Malaysia has because of them coming up through this sandboxing environment. And you can see how the regulator has been able to do smart regulation of the fintech sector because they've been able to see it working in practice.
Right.
Now, my encouragement is to build on that success and think about how you do this for AI in a number of different sectors, because just in your industry, right? Like AI is transforming the world of communications, and that means that AI is being used in your industry on the sort of industry side, but it should also be used on the regulator side. And sort of squaring that circle and get the innovation through on both sides is the challenge that government faces today, and sandboxes can really help.
The regulation interoperability
Yes.
Across ASEAN. Is that something that is easy to do, or something that is within our imagination?
I don't think it's within our imagination, but we spoke earlier on in the conversation about the need for speed because the industry is moving so fast. and like it's a sort of truism that like if you want to move fast, you go alone, and if you want to move smart, you go together. And that's, I think, what we need to work on. Like, so
To find the sweet spot.
to find that sweet spot. And my approach would be to learn what needs to happen through the sandboxes, design what the right solution is, say for Malaysia, and then go talk to your peers at forums like this one. Like downstairs, there is the ASEAN AI Policy Forum. Use those forums to then work out like the points of commonality, because I bet you that the answer here is going to be the answer next door.
Right.
And then you can very quickly ratify and create a regional standard, and you get the advantage of having the whole economic bloc.
All right, last question. What would you foresee in the next 5 years?
Oh, that's so hard, right? Like the industry didn't even exist. Like, we didn't have LLMs 5 years ago. So projecting 5 years into the future, I don't know. Like, we've got really interesting developments on computer vision.
All right.
So at the moment, language models, very, very high performing, starting to get towards human level intelligence, outperforming in some fields. You add into that computer vision, really interesting. You've got massive advances in robotics. Again, at the current generation of AI and advanced robotics, really interesting. Combine that with 3D vision and some of the interpretation. That's really, like, you can start seeing how that's going to transform industries. Precisely when that happens, and the killer question, like, when are we going to get AGI? I don't know, and I'm not going to pin myself down to a 5-year time horizon. I think there's some new maths that needs to be done first before we get there.
But one thing for sure is that governance experts, like, you're going to be very, very busy in the next 5 years.
Oh, I hope so.
I think I'm right. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe next time hopefully next time it will not be this easy to get you because you'll be so busy addressing regulation and governance issues across the world, especially in the domain of AI. Thank you so much, Richard,
very much.
for spending the time with us today in Agenda AWANI and sharing your insights with us on ASEAN regulation. All right, that's all the time we have for Agenda AWANI today. And we recorded this session in conjunction of the ASEAN Summit or the AI ASEAN Summit Malaysia in Mintex Kuala Lumpur. And that's all the time we have. I'll see you again soon.